Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room Trading Room Recap for Friday, September the 11th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Any questions you may have for me, you can use this email address. The link for the free room, 100% free. You do not have to be a member of Trade Ideas to be in our free trading room. The room is open Mondays to Fridays between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I share my screen and I'm live on the mic. And in the email you're getting, you will see a promo code for 15% off either the first month only or the entire year of a Trade Idea subscription. Well, this was kind of a really slow day for me. I'm going to take a look at some of the ones that came in my watch list, but this is really the only, I did do a couple other trades, but this is the one that kind of worked. But I want to point this one out because, even though this looks awful on this 15-minute chart, this was what I will call a patience trade. And looking at this to short, so let's just take a look at ATRA. Let's see okay, so this was the reason that I was interested in this short. You can see right up there, at the high of that weekly candle, it's just around 16, okay? So where's $16? So 16 is up here. And so I looked at shorting this just under, and the bottom line is I took a loss, okay? I took a loss on the very first time I tried to short this. And then it was a 10-cent loss. And then on this one, I almost went long. I thought, okay, here's that weekly chart. It has room when you look left up to this area. And when I say that, I'm not saying it's going to get there. But I thought, okay, you know what? I thought maybe it would pause at 16 or stall at 16 and drop. Just didn't do it. I was within, I think half a second of taking this trade right in this area as it was moving higher, leaving that 16 behind. Volume was picking up. And then it just started to drop a little. So I said, okay, I better wait. And then look what happened. It dropped underneath 15 again, or 16 again. And then when that happened, I'm looking at these two, the huge topping tail here and the one here on the 15-minute. Now again, if you're unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, at one point this candle was green all the way up there on that candle right there, and then the sellers knocked it down to there. Not huge knockdown. Same thing though. The buyers had this all the way up here. The sellers knocked it down again. So when I saw these, and I didn't wait for this to finish actually, because I saw this big topping tail, I said, you know what, I will try it again, with another very tight stop and see if it works this time. And boy, did it ever. This had a beautiful drop all the way down to 1534. I was in around 1590. And what I loved about it was very, very quick. And I did get out, and unfortunately, then this happened right afterwards, and it looks like it's wanting to continue down. But I guess the point of why I'm showing you this is that I tried the short the first time, didn't work, took a manageable loss, almost got in, but on the long side. But just as I say, I had the patience to make sure, okay, is this a for real? And then it just started to drift down. I thought, okay, hold off on that long, and then got rewarded on that second breakdown underneath 16. It just looked too juicy. And again, I would have had a very tight stop on it. So if it had popped up over 16 again, I would have been out again for a very manageable loss. So it's the only real trade I want to take a look at. I don't think the AI, just kind of looking, nothing of really huge interest to me in the AI today. But anyway, be interesting to see what happens tomorrow or on Monday. The market now is in drifting down here. So the Dow just went negative, and of course tech is starting to drift down, and SPY is drifting down. You can see all this was up. This was all up in the pre-market. So the other one, just out of interest, is to take a look at Peloton. What happened to Peloton? PTON. So, man, look at this. This is now down $2. So you have to understand, this was an earnings play, okay? So Peloton had earnings, And I should bring out the daily chart. That's going to really kind of tell an interesting picture here. So I had earnings after hours yesterday. There's that mauve area. And a nice, this is where it closed. So a nice reaction. And then, right at the end. And then great reaction in the pre-market up to this point. This is at 7:45 now, Eastern time. It's started to drift. But still, we're talking still up a lot. Look what happened when the market opened. And this has nothing to do with market direction. This is this stock reacting like this. So this stock went from a high of $100 in the pre-market. It is now, and it was way up. Now it is down 2%, down a couple of dollars. And, at one point it was even down further. And the interesting thing to me is that this is yesterday's daily candle, that red candle right there. And so I was saying in the pre-market, well, all these people that were betting that Peloton was going to be kind of weak, they were wrong. But it looks like now they were right. Again, their initial reaction was very, very positive to earnings release. Now, the one I'm a little upset with myself, especially if I see it's way down, I wanted to short Nautilus because, I figured it would be some kind of, look what Nautilus did after hours yesterday and this morning. And it's not an earnings play, but it was kind of piggybacking on Peloton. Look at what it did. Doesn't that candle look exactly like the first 15-minute candle that Peloton did? And I kept watching it, but it was chopping around. And unfortunately, this is where I wanted to take that short, around 1476. And it would have been a nice little percentage move down, but I got a little distracted, and it just didn't have the same look as Peloton. Peloton was choppy too, a little bit choppy with these topping tails and bottoming tails, but it looked a little more solid on the downside than did Nautilus. But anyway, it just happens. So that's it. That was an interesting, we'll have to see what happens with Peloton going forward, because now at this point they've had earnings. So what are people going to look forward to now? The whole idea is people working out at home, and that's why it's had this tremendous run. But now that it's had earnings and the reaction was great, and now, not so good. So here's one that I might look at shorting. I want to see this one. I've been watching this one also, this FRTA. I've been waiting to see if it can get up close to 16. I'd like to take this short if it gets closer to 16, right there on that resistance. So I've been waiting on this one, and we'll have to see later on in the day if that happens. All right, everybody, I want to wrap this up. Short week, interesting week as always. If you have any questions for me, you can use this email address. This is a link for the free room, and I'll open the room Monday morning at 9 o'clock. I hope to see you there. Bye-bye.